Hi, welcome to In the Studio with Kate. It's week 23. This week I've got a hodgepodge of things that I actually have done that I'm going to share. One thing that I did do is I've been doing this watercolor challenge on Instagram. So I showed the new watercolor palette I got, and so I made a little swatch that fits right inside the palette, so I know what colors. I mean, this spot right here, there's no colors in those spots, but that was kind of fun to make that and get it to fit exactly into the palette, so it kind of sits right in it like that. So that's kind of nice. And so I have shown probably most of these pictures on Instagram, but in case you don't get there. Okay, day one was line. Day two was, I think it was red. And then it was your name, so I did my name. This is in a Jane Davenport journal. I think the next one was pink, so I just did some pink lines with some different colors of pink. And the next one was wash, so I did that a little bit of close on the wash line. Oh, I got red on the green page. Who knows? One of the days was circles. One of the days was greens, and I just tested out some greens on that. And then the next day was orange, and I have my flub. This is something I did not post because I didn't like the way it was turning out. And so then I started doing something else. I tried doing an orange. I haven't done today's yet. I kind of don't like using this journal for watercolor, even though it's supposed to be able to take this, because you can see how it is already. It really does buckle a lot when you're trying to use it. So it might be a better journal for acrylics, which takes me to a little talk about journals. I don't know if you are as obsessed with journals or not as I am, but I have so many journals, and I got a new one this week, of course. Well, I had my moleskin, okay, and I hadn't used it very much, and so I had a few pages. I have a few pages that I've done in it. Oh, when I did that October challenge, that's in here. And then a few black and whites are in here, which I've showed already. But, so it's not quite halfway done. But when I went to Mexico, we needed to bring a journal. And so I thought, I'll have all the Mexico pictures put in that journal. So I'll just bring a new one. So I bought this handbook one, which is sketch paper. They say that it can take some water media. I don't think it's going to take very much. But, of course, there's only one picture in here, which I find to be very funny. I showed this last week. Well, I started the picture here, but only one real finished picture in the whole journal because we really didn't use it very much in the program I was in. There was supposed to be more sketching. Didn't happen. I had to start. I started. Maybe there's 2 pages done, but as you can see, I could have used the moleskin for that. And since I've been doing this watercolor journal, I thought, well, maybe I should buy a journal strictly that's made for watercolor. That might help. So I bought another handbook. It's just a brand name. And this one is, it's got a really nice fabric cover to it. It's gray. And I haven't used it yet, other than put my name in it. But it doesn't have really thick paper, and I don't know if you can see what the paper even looks like because it being white and all that. But it's not real thick, so it'll be interesting to see how well this takes watercolor. So we're going to give that a whirl and see how that works. So another thing I thought I'd show you, work in progress, is sometimes I took this journal to, and this is a Dilusen's journal, I took this journal to my art journal group last week and was playing a little bit with all the paint I got from Mexico, and I just wanted to do blocks of color. So that's all I did. I just did a bunch of color. But then I think I saw this looks like a figure to me. And now that I hold it up, it looks like there could be another figure right there. So this is just kind of like the real beginning when I start doing a page. Just because it's interesting, I think. So I thought I would share that as well. Then on to other journals, because I thought we'd talk about journals today. For my class, the Moon Art Mute, which starts next week, I gave a bunch of freebie videos, or videos that aren't really part of the class but are connected. And one of them that was how to make this journal, which is a moon-shaped journal, of course. But the fun thing that I did when I made this is I put all sorts of different kinds of paper in it. So like I have black paper for the new moon. I have red rosin paper just because it's cool paper to work on. Lots of white pages. Let me thumb through, and then I had, I did the crescent moon. I did just some scrapbook paper that was pretty. I have a page of craft paper, which is a little textured, which might be fun when I start working on it. Let's see what else is in here. I've got the quarter moon. It's actually the last quarter moon today, so that's kind of appropriate. This paper had butterflies on it. Let's get that adjusted. Then I have the gibbous moon and painted papers. I did that with a jelly plate. There's this other kind of wild piece of paper. I wanted to show that because even those experiments that you have in your stash, and I went through and I thought, oh, that would be a cool moon page once I find it. Because it was just splashes of color, but I think that's a great starting point for doing something. I think that's ink, now that I think about it. First I was going to say it's watercolor. And just various kinds of white paper. Some of it's watercolor, some of it's cardstock, some of it's a little heavier cardstock. But, so if you join in on my class, you can get instructions on how to make this. It's lots of fun. So can you ever have too many journals? Probably not, according to me. The other thing, I'm just going to step away from the art stuff and show you something else that I have done creatively. Some of you probably know that I am a hand spinner, knitter, weaver, blah, blah, blah. And so occasionally I switch gears and show some yarn I've spun. So this one has been long in the making because it's a 3-ply. So I had to spin 3 bobbins and then ply the 3 colors together. And it's a gray, brown, and white. So I want to see if you can just see the texture look because of the different colors that come with it. But it's a big, 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 huge skein that I plied last night. So not sure what I'll make out of it, but it's made a beautiful yarn. Real happy with the way it looks. It's kind of like a worsted weight or a little bit worse, a bulky worsted weight. So some outerwear, something like that, will be fun. And then last but not least, I'm going to talk about the studio log again because I kind of gave myself a little challenge to start writing in my studio log, putting what I'm doing in my art studio, writing it down. Some days it's kind of like just a journal, like this is what I did. Some days I throw pictures and things like that in. But the one thing that I'm trying to record is when I do art or when I am inspired to do it. Like, is it the first thing in the morning? Is it late at night? Is it the middle of the day? So I can start seeing a pattern of when my artistic juices flow best. So I haven't quite figured out when that is yet because sometimes I like working late at night and sometimes I do like working first thing in the morning. So by writing in the studio log every day, that gives me a record of what I've been doing and my thoughts about the process or each particular piece I'm working on. So studio log's a good thing to have. I'll keep you posted how I'm finding that process working for me, and I'll share that as well. But that's what I've got for this week. I hope you're out in your you've had some time to get into your studios and do some creative work. And if you haven't, maybe after watching this video today, you'll just go and do that. And if you'd like, please share with me what you've been working on. I'd love to hear about it. But I'll see you next week. Bye.